Hello, friends. Welcome to an episode of everyone's favorite food podcast. Put it in my mouth.
Hey.
Judith is here.
Judith is always
here. I'm always here.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to say that because then I'll miss the next one. And
oh my God, what would we do if you missed it?
Yeah, right?
That would be, we couldn't do it. You know that I just got back from 2 weeks solo in Japan.
Yeah, I'm so proud that you went by yourself.
It was a good place to travel solo, I think.
Okay.
It was so much stimuli just constantly. And you know me, I just like to wander, getting those steps
wander
in,
and observe.
20 miles a day or
wow.
not
that's a lot of miles.
20,000 steps. What is that, 10 miles? That's 9-10 miles.
Okay.
It was a lot of miles, a lot of steps.
Okay.
But can you... Everybody's always like, oh my God, tell me about the food in Japan. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll tell you about the food in Japan. But can I tell you what my favorite thing about Japan?
Please do.
The toilet.
Oh, shit.
I immediately came home and bought one on Amazon because...
Wait, tell me what you bought.
You can buy a seat that you
you replace the seat.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what happened? It heats up. Yes. It gives you a massage.
That's the best.
Makes you a sandwich.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? It's heated, which is so glorious, especially in a New York winter.
Okay.
You sit down and it's just so soothing to the glutes and the hamstrings. Okay. And you immediately feel soothed. And then if you get the real good Japanese ones, I think because the Japanese are so polite, as soon as you sit down, it'll play the sound of water, maybe to mask or to help you. Some of them play bird sounds. So you're sitting there and you hear chirping birds. There is the bidet action, which, dear Lord, we are some heathens.
Right.
Because it's why? What?
I mean, just wash up down there, dude.
Americans are filthy. Our assholes are filthy. The Japanese know what's up.
Put that on a t-shirt. Our assholes are dirty. Yeah. USA.
Squirt some fucking water up my asshole, please.
Okay, and then do you need a lot of toilet paper because you're super wet?
No, because the amount of toilet paper you would use,
to wipe.
is kind of offset. You're just dry.
Is this too gross for the pod?
No, I don't think so. We talked about some pretty gross shit.
Okay, so has the toilet seat arrived?
No. I just did it
all right, yesterday. So we're going to need an update. We're going to need an update about the seat.
I mean, I just fear that my time in the bathroom is now just going to be spent there with me just
where's Zimske? She's in the bathroom again.
It's warm in here.
Wait, but you should get one for your dad who's a toilet.
That is really funny
a toilet time
that
aficionado.
You say this and that you know all about Matt Zimske's, Big Matt's toilet
Well, because
habits.
I'm so impressed with your toilet regularity.
Okay, well,
and then you're like, oh well, my dad goes in and comes out 3 hours later.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Growing up, living with my parents, my dad was a sitter. I'm sorry, Dad. I know you listen to the pod and we're putting you on blast right now. He's always been a sitter. He likes to be man time in the toilet, for an hour. I don't know, taking a solid dump.
Okay, and doing his
for
reading
a long time,
or a crossword
paper.
Okay.
Yes. And growing up, I was like that too. As a kid, I was toilet time. I would read the comics. I don't know what the fuck I would do in there, but I would do that. Now I'm not. I'm a strictly get in, get out, gal.
Okay, I'm that nerd who's always well, I read an article that said. So I read an article recently. It was pushed to me. I think it was CNN that if you spend more than 10 minutes on the toilet, it's really bad for you. Your the pelvic floor wall gets weak. Okay. And it's bad for your bowel movements in general because you get used to sitting there so much. Okay. So I don't know, Matt.
Do you hear that, Big Matt?
What's up with your pelvic floor?
I mean, maybe stop sitting on the toilet.
Or do some Kegels.
Is that a thing for dudes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Great. So yes, best thing about Japan, the takeaway here, was the toilets, the heated seat, the bidet action.
But don't spend more than 10 minutes.
But, and this is a lesson to all of you at home. I'm speaking straight.
We're
to
also
the
an
camera.
educational podcast.
Do not spend more than 10 minutes on
according
the
to CNN.
So if you've got a long horoscope to read, don't do it then.
Wait, more than 10 minutes for a horoscope?
Oh, you don't subscribe to the things that I do.
Okay.
They're detailed.
Lengthy?
Maybe you need to. Different discussion.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to our guests.
Okay.
Stop talking about
Matt's bowel movement.
and water squirting out my asshole. So today we have two guests.
I love that.
And what I love the most is that they're both ladies. We've got some solid...
Are they ladies?
Fucking female energy in this room today, Dimitri excluded, but you're great too. So yeah, they are two college best friends.
Oh my God, so are we.
Talk about the synchronicities in this room right now. One is a book designer.
Oh.
The other one's title is a director of creative excellence.
Oh.
Like, hello, I don't even know what that is, but that sounds cool. There's a mom. They're both business owner, entrepreneurs, badass babes. Their hashtag is no more croutons.
Oh.
They have invented a company
Okay.
that we're going to talk about. So let us welcome Blakely Bar Lev and Jordan Wannemacher.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Friends.
Yes.
Oh my God. Have you ever had a bidet and water squirted up your asshole situation?
Yes, I have also traveled to Japan
Okay.
and learned the ways of the toilet, and it is like you can never go back after
It's
that.
life-changing,
Yeah, it is
right? I'm like,
life-changing.
this, I look at ours and I'm like, this is so...
This toilet seat isn't even doing anything.
A bunch of
It's just
animals.
sitting there.
But
Truly.
Japanese toilets give with one hand and take with another. Because have you been to the public ones in the park that are in the ground?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. I only had that experience once.
It's highs and lows. With the
Highbrow,
toilet in
lowbrow.
Japan.
Yeah. But there are public bathrooms everywhere.
That's true.
Which is so nice.
Which is weird here. We don't have that in New York.
Because, as a sufferer of the IBS, sometimes I'm on the train and I'm just like, holy fuck, I'm going to
Emergency.
shat myself. And there are no public toilets anywhere in New York City.
No.
Anyway,
I find a hotel lobby. Yeah.
Let's talk about you guys and your companies, and also cheers.
Cheers.
It's early.
Yes,
This,
but
Judith.
I'm sipping on the water. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's early. We don't often do morning sessions, but we're all drinking, so I love that.
it's Sunday.
It's healthy. It's
Yeah.
kombucha.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Hard kombucha.
It's for my gut health.
Oh,
Mental wellness
yeah.
podcast.
Yes. We're gonna chant and do yoga after this. All right, so you guys. We have so much to talk about, but first let's just say you have a company and it is called Salad Sprinkles.
Mm-hmm.
Give us the pitch, give us the one-liner. What is it?
Salad sprinkles are sprinkle-sized, toasted, flavorful rice puffs that put crunch in every bite of your salad.
Instead of a crouton.
And
We are
who-
tired of croutons. We
Yeah.
say no more croutons.
Words are never
ruins to
good,
society.
but it's like
No.
I want the crunch in my mouth,
Yes.
but not this crunch.
I know.
Yeah.
When I go to restaurants and there's croutons, I smash them up in the bowl.
Yeah.
And then mix them around because I'm like, I don't want to be chasing this around all night.
But when they're too big, it's a real problem.
then
You're-
the
you
bite is
can't
only a
stab
crouton.
it, and then
and
Don't
if you
put it in
search,
my mouth.
Yeah.
No, do not put it in my mouth. The anti-podcast.
way to bring
The
that in.
anti-podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so before we'll go, let's take it back. Your college best friends. Hi, same.
Yes.
Where did you both grow up, and where did you go to college?
I grew up in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
And we went to school in Savannah, Georgia. So that was our love nest of our
You're-
friendship. Yes.
You're a Maryland girl, right?
I'm a Navy brat. So I moved every 2 years until I was in 5th grade, but then I became a Maryland girl and was there ever since.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
She's Annapolis too.
Yes,
Oh
Annapolis.
my God,
Yeah.
we got to
Navy.
we got to show some Annapolitan love
Yes.
on this
Let's
podcast.
discuss the crab dip.
Oh my God! Wait, where are you living right now?
On the Eastern Shore in Maryland, so just over the Bay Bridge.
Okay, cute.
Yes,
What
it's
town?
lovely. It's Easton.
Easton is
I'm
so
between
cute.
Easton and St. Michael's, so I get both.
Hello. They're both
Yes.
so cute. We just did a little
gorgeous.
mom and daughter trip to St. Michael's.
You did.
Yeah.
Do it again and call me.
Oh my God, totally.
Ruse?
Did we go where?
To Ruse at the Wild Set Hotel.
No.
Oh, you missed out, girl. Blue
well,
crab
you have
cacio
to
e
go
pepe. Oh my god. Yes.
Okay, these are things I need to know because my sister arranged all of it, and I don't. We didn't go to the best places.
Okay. Well, there's not a lot of options. So like,
To be fair, all she wanted to do was just drink anyway. So
That
there
works.
are choices for that.
yeah. Okay, so you met. You went to college. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You've been best friends. Your paths diverged, as did ours, because I've only lived in, I mean, we moved to LA together. She went back east. I stayed there for like 20 something years. Now I've been here for almost 5. How did the two of you come up with like, hey, this idea needs to happen, or we're going to start a company.
This is our thing.
Or like tell us,
because we come up with bullshit all the time.
Yes,
Wouldn't
yes.
it be great?
Especially just like the 3 of us, Judith and Candace and myself, were just in Mexico, and we came up with like 8 different business propositions and business
and one cult.
and one cult.
Cult ideas.
Yeah.
And that circle.
We're kind of making both. So,
We know how ideas come about, and it's usually when we're tits deep in tequila. So tell us how this came to be.
Well, it's similarly, it was a joke. It was something that, but we'd always been talking about like finances and business and how we manage our money and what we do in our careers has always been a conversation topic for us. Like we both, when we met at SCAD, we both moved to New York together actually at the same time. And then same thing, like paths diverged. She went to Maryland, but that was sort of like a thing that always connected us, even when we had very different lives. You know, like she's raising 2 kids, like I'm
designing books.
And so but it was always something that we could like bond over, and we wanted to build something for ourselves, and we were always talking about what was next in our career. So we were like vaguely, but we weren't setting out like, hey, we're going to start a company. That was not the thing. But then I was driving down to Savannah, Georgia. I did sort of a nomad thing last year, and I saw like 7 texts on my phone from Blakely, and I'm like, oh God, an emergency. So I call her. I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, Salad Sprinkles headquarters. And I was like, what?
You're like, what is that? Tell me more.
What are we? And she goes, did you not read my text? I'm like, no. She goes, that's going to be our business. Salad Sprinkles, like crunchy bits and salad.
I was screaming. Just to set the stage. Screaming.
Yeah. And then we joked about it for like a couple more months, and it was something we kept seeing at restaurants, right? Like every time you go to a restaurant, you see the like toasted breadcrumbs, and we both always loved to eat. We'd worked in service industry. Like that was like our bond was always food. So it was kind of like a natural, like where are we going to eat is always like the center of every outing for us,
Yeah.
And so we both were, and we're both obsessed with groceries. Like I would go, if you look in my pantry and her pantry, it's like the same things because we like influence each other's like shopping. And so we both kept looking for it and we couldn't find it. And Blakely was like, I think we need to do this.
Okay, so you sent her all these texts. You're like, this is it. Did this come to you in a fever dream? Like, what happened? How did you tell us?
So, like Jordan said, we'd been seeing like the toasted breadcrumbs all over a salad at a restaurant instead of croutons. And like, it's so fucking good. And there's crunch in every bite. And you're like, I'm going to eat this entire
texture.
salad.
God, I
It's
love
not
texture.
eating up the top of your mouth like the
And there's
croutons.
even the lettuce tastes good, you know? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get a salad because you have to. Like, I love a good salad, but not all the time. So I was home, I was making lunch, and we toasted up some breadcrumbs, and like I put them on the salad, and I'm like, God damn, this is so good. This is so
Game
good.
changer.
And I've worked in marketing for so long. I've been in an ad agency.
Oh, yeah,
for
you're
like
the
14
director
years.
of creative excellence?
I am, yes. And that is a job title I made up. I've been entrepreneurial, but like in a safe corporate setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the name just came to me. I was like, I think my mouth was full of lettuce. And I was like, Salad Sprinkles. And I just
man.
immediately started texting Jordan. And then the phone call came. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Okay, so between idea explosion, this is it, oh my God, just came to you. Hello, that's crazy.
Bolt of lightning.
Right? You tell her, and then how long until you actually start working on this?
Well, you're right. It is like you do come up with these ideas. We both, if you look at our Squarespace, the amount of domain names we each own for like random businesses we never started. So
Just in case, I love that.
We better register No Rojo.
Yeah, that's our cult. Our cult is
we,
No Rojo.
we that was step one. You know, we like bought the domain name, bought the things, like got the, because we were like, no, this is a good name. And then I had been entrepreneurial for I had worked in-house at publishing houses and then had my own design business. So I was like, okay, I know how to like set up an LLC.
Dude, yeah,
like,
you're already set. Hi, come, want to help out, put it in my mouth pod?
Yeah, I kind of knew how to do like the basic stuff. So we like got all that going. And then it just became like, it was like the greatest example of like your network is your net worth. Where I just like, I'm one of those people who keeps track of every person I've ever
write
met
that
in my
down.
life.
Your network is your net worth.
Yes.
Yeah, write
Trademark,
that down.
yeah. But make it a domain name, buy it, you know? But so I like just put it out there where I was like, hey, we want to do this thing. We had no idea how we were going to do it. But neither of us had any food experience. And it was just so funny. The people who came out of the woodwork were like, I know someone who's a packaging scientist, or I know a guy who's a buyer at Molly Stone's. And we just took every meeting that came to us and spent months just researching, talking to people, mood boarding. The branding came quickly because obviously we were excited about the creative part of it and made the logo and all of that. And it just like, it was so crazy because we had no idea what it was going to be a year ago. And then now it's like a real thing, and it's crazy.
Side note, so I had this idea for the podcast years ago when I first moved to New York. And so it took us a good 4 years to do it. And it's weird that putitinmymouth.com was already taken. But I did register Put It In My Mouth pod years ago. So I did have that foresight. But okay, so back to this. Okay, so you know product people. You were a designer, which helps so much. Your background, I mean, God, it's like you guys are already set up for success, so to speak. But how do you get to the point of how do you make it? How do you get it made? Where is this Willy Wonka house or whatever where you're like, this is what we want it to be, how we want it flavored, what it should look like, how it should taste? Because I think a lot of people have ideas, right? Janet, I'm looking at you. People have ideas, but they don't know how to then make them a business. So how did you go from concept to, besides like we know people that can make this and that, how you find, like Google how to get food made? I don't know.
Rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole. We started recipe testing in my kitchen, and originally it was bread based. So
I was going to ask you that because I did deep dives on your Instagram, and I saw photos that you both had where it was a breadcrumb, and now the product is a toasted rice puff.
Yes.
So you've
like
gone
nonpareil sprinkle. It is perfect. It was totally meant to be.
So you've gone through a few iterations. Okay, so you were menu testing. Then what?
Yeah. So started out as a breadcrumb, and I was obsessed with the size of it. So the amount of research I did on how to grind bread to be a certain size, because I was like, it's not a breadcrumb, it's a bread crumble.
Okay, yes, a crumble.
But let me tell you, that amount of research eventually led us to be like, we can't do this at scale.
We spent 6 months trying to find a co-man, and they were like, this is going to be so expensive. You're going to have so much food waste. You cannot scale this.
Oh my God. I was wondering if you were just like shifting to a gluten-free situation, and that's why you changed it up.
That was kind of part of it. We did have one gluten-free SKU. We had cornbread, RIP.
I know.
It was such a good flavor, but it was selling a lot, and I started asking friends who were buying it. And I'm like, do you just really like this? And they're like, no, it's just the only gluten-free one.
Oh.
And so, you know. And
so not every idea makes it.
Yeah.
So how did you find the place where it gets made?
A lot of phone calls and emails, and like we were asking suppliers and people in like weird Slack channels. We were on Reddit. I mean, you can't just Google like food manufacturer.
Make my food.
We were talking to people in like Iowa, and I was like, girl, I don't really want to go to Iowa.
I know.
Like our requirement was like near a major airport. You know, and we'd be calling people, and some people were jerks on the phone, or they just wouldn't respond. And
they don't have websites.
Yeah,
like,
no, not a lot of brand loyalty in co-manufacturing. Term.
Co-man. But they also, it was like the people that you would call if you were a new brand, they're like, I don't give a shit about you. Like, I'm not going to save room on my line. I don't even know what this is. And so a lot of people blew us off. And
Interesting. They didn't want your money.
They didn't want our money. They weren't interested. And that money was part of it. Some of these people had minimums where it was like, you need 30,000 units. And we're like, okay, well, we can't afford that. We just want to, so we found it's called a contract manufacturer. Okay. And that allowed us to do like a couple hundred bottles and like test it at like a bigger scale. And that was like step one. And we were like, oh, this is it'll take us a while to push through this inventory, and maybe we'll stick with this for a while. And then the week that we launched in July, we like immediately sold out. And
you guys,
yes.
What?
Thank you, TikTok.
Yeah, thank you, TikTok.
Oh, we're gonna get to how social
TikTok.
media plays into it. But
so then we had to scale up to a new one, and we got so lucky that we found the salesperson was a woman, which we liked, and so she took us seriously. And was like, this is cool, this is new. They're a vegan co-packer. And
she was impressed with how organized we are. Jordan and I are both very type A, but like also creative crazies.
Yeah.
So it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that resonates with us.
Yeah.
Creative crazies.
Yeah.
We've got documents. We've got spreadsheets.
Yeah, make that website.
Make that website.
Creative.crazy.
Okay, so I'm just like, I'm so specific about this, but like once you found the person, the place, you're like, this is what we want to do, and they're like, okay.
Yeah. You type out instructions like in a Word doc.
It's like a crazy.
And they sign an NDA, and you're like, here you go. I'm going to ship all this stuff to you, and you're going to make it. And we went to Chicago. And
That's where your product is made?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Proudly manufactured in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing.
Yep. We love to go there.
Yeah.
And they, we walked into this place for the test run, and it smelled like salad spring. So cool. And we looked at each other, and we were like, what is happening?
Yeah. Why are these people making this?
Why have they agreed to
Like, why are you wasting
idiotic idea?
No, this is amazing.
It was so surreal.
So did they kind of like hit it out of the park their first run?
Nailed
or were
it.
you like, no, we need to tweak?
They nailed it. We did a lot of the tweaking with the contract manufacturer. Like the chili crisp burns faster because of the sesame oil.
Okay, you have 3 flavors currently.
Classic herb, chili crisp, and maple sea salts.
Yes.
So
I own all of them. I love putting the maple sea salt on my ice cream.
yes, so good. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, so they nailed it. They got it right.
Yep. We
How they-
designed it to be easy to make.
Okay.
Like we wanted it to be smooth. We wanted to eliminate like where the kinks would be. So we were.
And even down to the
relieved.
size. You knew exactly what size, and they were like, they delivered.
And we found somebody who, it's called extrusion. Little behind the curtain, extruding is what you make, like how you make like cereal or puffs or anything like that. They have like a big metal thing, and they push the dough or the product like through it, and it makes it an exact size.
Even pasta is made that way.
Yeah, so that you can get like an exact.
Did you know this shit before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, good.
Just went into a crazy rabbit hole. Like people ask her, like, "Do you have food experience?" I'm like, "No, I'm a graphic designer." Like I just,
We like to eat.
Yeah.
you just start asking questions.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
GetShitDone.com. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
So right away you knew that those were your 3 flavors because you wanted 2 savory, 1 with a little spice. The herb is what are the herbs in that one?
Oregano, thyme. What else? We've got some salt in there, and the olive oil brings a lot of
took
flavor
sage
too.
out,
Yeah, we
yeah.
took sage out. Sage was giving bitter.
Okay.
Like that.
And then you have the sweet-ish one.
Yep.
And I also, can I just say that, like, y'all, you don't have to just put these sprinkles on your salads. They add texture to, I was putting it in pasta.
Yes.
My favorite application.
Yeah. What else? What else are we using salad sprinkles for?
I love to dip cut up fruit in the maple sea salt. So like even if your fruit
Yeah,
is like
you get a-
subpar quality, which is often the case,
Frequent.
like yeah, it's still really good because you get that good texture that you're looking for. Or like we'll put it on cottage cheese, yogurt,
Eggs.
like you said.
Oh,
ice
yogurt,
cream.
yeah, ice cream.
Oh.
Yep.
I like crunching my yogurt. I really like crunching my yogurt.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you buy the ones with the cup,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then sometimes the stuff in the cup is stale by the
Yeah.
time you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. Remember in the '90s they had like the Oreo cookie crisp in the top of the cup that you like
Yes.
dump into the
Right.
yogurt.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
like it gives that vibe. But
Yeah.
like
a
you know,
nutritious snack.
Okay, so you get it done. You now have a product. But then how do you sell it? How do you get it in stores?
yeah, I mean. We kind of got a little bit of a taste. We went to Fancy Food Show this summer at the Javits Center. Highly recommend if you
10 out of
haven't
10.
10 out of 10
Wow.
experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been?
No, but I wanted to go, and somebody was like, "Your industry, you need to go.
Do you want to
Just
get
go
booth babe
sample
for us next
Yeah.
time?
Yes.
Yes, we're recruiting booth babes.
Oh yeah, did you do that?
my
You
God.
did that for a sake place before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's-
I go to a lot of sake trade shows, a lot of food, like MTC has a food trade show that I die for every year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yes.
So tell me. I'm going.
Yeah, and that was kind of where we were trying to figure out how we were going to sell it and what we were going to do, and we realized like we both had like such a natural fit for that environment. Like we're both like super extroverted, and we realized it was just like talking to people, and it was just like, hey, blah blah blah, like, and it was like realizing how that sales element. And then I am someone who is chronically online. Like I've always been like a very online person, so I knew that it had a huge potential on TikTok because it has like a fun noise. And wait, where's our?
It's so funny because I'm seeing like you and me, and I'm seeing you and her, and I'm like, oh,
Oh.
It's like very
It's
ASMR.
like salad ASMR.
You
you can
know.
also use it as percussion.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have been known to do that. We'll
Yeah.
like applaud lot of industry events by shaking our
Yes!
Yay.
So you're going to trade shows and you're hoping that like someone from say like Whole Foods or whatever is going to be like, yes, we want to pick you up and put this on our shelves.
And
Yeah.
we may not have chased down the Whole Foods buyer at Fancy Food Show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, hi.
Yeah.
So you're there hoping to get accounts, right? Because
yeah.
this is all sitting. I don't know if you have an office or
Her dining
sitting
room.
in your dining room.
We are moving to an official, because our next run is 13,000 bottles, and that is we found finally a facility to like put that in Chicago to do the distribution. But yeah, it was definitely like we were waiting for the accounts. There's this amazing website Faire that we connected with at FAIRE at Fancy Food Show, and they're like a marketplace for indie grocery stores.
Yeah, Etsy for CPG.
Exactly.
Cool.
So we got like immediately first week into Eli's Market when we were on that platform. And like we've been averaging one new retailer a week just being on there because it's new. And then, yeah.
people
Y'all are
Reordering,
inspiring.
too.
I'm like, what ideas do I have that I can make happen? I don't know.
The independent retailers who reorder, like we have this really adorable market in California that has placed 3 orders in 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, so the people of LA are really enjoying
Are
salad
sprinkling.
sprinkles
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this one specific grocery store.
Yeah.
They are sprinkling.
And
We're in
then-
LA, which
or it's in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
El
Okay,
Mercado de Che Fica or something. And then we're about to launch in Tamale Stones in the Bay Area, which is exciting. That's like a nice natural grocer. But our launch happened because I was starting to like see people on social media that I was going to send it to, and I have like a list of like 100 food influencers, and I saw this random guy who is a sanitation worker in Iowa, and he every day for lunch eats a whole head of lettuce. And that's
What, a
his
shtick?
shtick. That's
Like
his
an
shtick.
apple,
Like an apple. Like literally, and then like
Okay.
dump stuff on
and
it.
he has, I'm sure, millions of followers.
He
from
has
this
millions of followers for the
Where
shtick.
did we go
It's-
wrong?
Like, what the
Thought
fuck?
too hard about it is the
Yeah.
problem.
What
He's
are we
like,
doing with our lives?
The lettuce.
Dear God.
And then he throws the lettuce booty at the end, and it's everybody's face. The crowd goes wild. It's like,
guys, we're trying to be too smart.
So you're like, all right, this is our guy.
this is our guy. So I messaged him. I sent it to him, and he's like, yeah, I'll get you some followers. Like, this is great. He was so nice. But we weren't prepared to launch.
Because you were like, dump it on your head of lettuce?
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Because he was putting like bacon bits and shit. And I was like, get out of here with that. Like, let's hear, you know?
We could do better.
So I sent it to him. We're working on the website. This was the day. It was like so many things that aligned on this day that it's like crazy. That it was the day that all the technology was down, like Uber, airlines,
The
all that.
airline
There was no. And so I was at the airport on my way to Chicago to go to a music festival and was working on the website. And then the Wi-Fi went out. And so I had it live because I was like testing stuff to see how it went. And then I got to Chicago and I was late and it was just like a shit show and I forgot about it. And then I go to the concert that night, and because we had like a splash page, like a, coming soon, but I left it live. And then I go to the concert, and I'm sitting there at the concert, and I feel my phone just like zing, 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 like the
Oh, dear
Spotify
Lord.
like vibration. And I look, and my Shopify, not Spotify, my Shopify locations, it was just like 1 million sales, and I called her sobbing. I don't know what you were doing
From
at that
this
The
moment.
backfield
guy?
of a music festival.
From the back of a music festival.
We got the
because-
cha-ching, 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 because when you have the Shopify app on your phone, every time you make a sale, it goes cha-ching.
Oh.
I
love that.
Yeah, like we are trained to celebrate
Yeah.
when that happens.
Pavlov is
about-
like, sell that shit, bitch.
Yep.
Okay, so wait, can we shout out this TikToker?
The Trash Man? Yes.
Okay, does the trash man want to also shout out, put it in my mouth pod?
Yeah.
I don't have anything for you to put on your salad, but we'll figure it out.
And it just worked. There's now this whole thing of men on TikTok who are eating, blue collar workers eating random vegetables outside. There's a guy who does a hillbilly canoe salad.
God,
There's a
what? We need to find a niche. Seriously, what can we do?
Yeah.
There's a thing. That sounds.
I tried selling foot
Okay,
pics.
so this
it
is the
didn't work.
greatest place. Like, what?
What can we do?
What?
yeah. And that if these guys push product.
And they're your dudes.
And they love it too. That's what's so great though, is that they really love the product and they love to eat it, and they're just like always using it. And they're like these salad sprinkles, and they're these like manly men
Hell yeah.
that love this product called
pay them.
salad
Salad
sprinkles.
And you didn't pay them? No, of course.
Gave them free product.
They
It was
were
their
excited.
choice whether or not they wanted to post, and they loved it.
and it's just
Sending to trash man a sweatshirt.
Yes, exactly. And we keep saying we're like
While eating salad sprinkles.
Yes.
It's a collab.
let's get it all on there. But I'm like, we take our business seriously, but we don't take business too seriously, you know? And it's like the fact that we've been able to TM, the fact that we've been able to like make it, we wanted it to be like fun and silly, because it's like you go to these conferences and the CPG stuff and some of these people are like, I'm revolutionizing the beverage space. And it's like, all right, like settle down.
All right.
Relax.
All right.
Todd.
It's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, it's Todd.
It's a lot of dudes.
Todd did that.
A lot of dudes.
Okay, so just to condense it from idea, crazy text, to product made. What was your timeline?
A year.
Okay.
It took about a year.
That still seems really short.
It was short, and we also, but this whole time we've kept our full-time jobs too,
Yeah.
because we were like, all right, let's not quit
right,
our day
those.
job, you know. But
That's tough.
so we had to like pause at times because like we would get in busy seasons, and you know, but it just and 6 months of just being on like hiatus because we couldn't find a co-man to make it. So it was very validating when we finally found one. It was exciting.
Yeah, and now it's moving at a clip.
Yeah.
It's all happening
That's
very
really
fast.
fucking
God.
exciting.
Doing our best
Okay,
to
so
manage,
do you
but-
have ideas for other things? Or are we just sticking in this lane for the moment?
Oh, this for yeah.
Yeah, well, we're like talking about other flavors, and but you know, I think for us it's going to be like the collaborations that will help grow the brand a lot. You know, like other brands we can collaborate with, or having it be a menu item at certain restaurants, or like at Just Salad, they're serving salad sprinkles. So I think that will be like the good targeted growth for us.
Yeah. But we're all in on Springs.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right,
Hundreds and
so
thousands.
if somebody was like, I have an idea and I don't know how to get it from idea to reality, what's your advice?
We did hire a consultant, and that
Okay.
helped.
It's sort of like taking a college course in CPG.
Yeah.
Like we could just ask all of our questions, and it was about like product development, and she told us what lab tests to do and how we would find a manufacturer and you know what the nutrition label needs to say and just like all of these things that you would sort of be Googling, but you're like trying to decode the FDA website and it's just your eyes are crossing. And so it was helpful. You know, sometimes when you hire a consultant, you're like, is that really worth it? I don't know. But we did come out of it
Consulting.
with
Yeah.
we did come out of it with a lot of knowledge that like gave us the confidence to do the next step. So I think, you know, you do maybe have to pay to play a little bit.
Yeah.
And finding other founders is what people told us. And then I think we have found that to be true. So like if you can go to an event or just reach out to people on social or like a trade show, I think other people are usually really willing to kind
Especially
of
other
give you some
female founders.
tips.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, I mean, what's your biggest sort of insecurity in this industry?
Oh my God.
Rude.
No, I want to.
No, many of
Right?
them.
There's a
There
lot.
are
We
so
can't just
many.
always talk about the pretty.
Mine is financial insecurity. I get really frustrated because I'll listen to like how I built this, or I like hear these really inspirational talks about how these people go all in on these businesses, and you're like, and they're like, anyway, so my wife worked in tech, and you're like, nope, there it is.
Yeah.
And
You
then
didn't
it's
need a
like,
paycheck
for 4 years.
yeah, or it's like, well, I quit my job in private equity. I'm like,
Right.
okay, so you'd been making, you know, all this money, and it's like as a freelancer as a single person living alone in New York without a partner, without a rich husband, without rich parents, like I'm very middle class, like it's been really hard. Like that is kind of like, I get jealous and insecure when I see people with like wealthy parents or wealthy spouses who are backing them. And I'm like, well, where's the girl putting herself in credit card debt?
Yeah, come on. How many do we have now? What's
Yeah.
the tally of credit cards you've applied
7
for?
credit cards. Yeah.
My God.
Only 7?
Yeah, and I'm the breadwinner in my family, and I still have my same job, and I didn't tell them about salad sprinkles for a while because I was like, I don't want them to think that I'm not doing my other job well, because I do like it, and I love the people, and I've worked there forever, but I eventually had to tell them, and I wanted them to know what I was up to, right? And they all work in advertising, so I was like, so I'm going to do this thing for you, but then can you give me 3 social ideas by Wednesday? And they're like, yeah, sure, that's fucking cool, you know, no problem.
Yeah.
So that ended up being worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is hard
The
to
financial part is really hard. And you watch these guys like raise like $1 million out of nowhere, and you're like,
Yeah.
how did I,
how?
you know, yeah. I don't
Todd.
know. Todd. They're all, I get so confused. I like misname people in emails because it's like Todd, Paul, Adam, Matt, Mark. Like if you're literally
there's 2
like,
Kyles.
there's 2 Kyles. I'm like, that's all the same name to
Okay,
me.
fucking
Like,
Kyle.
Oh my god.
So what do you guys do to de-stress when you're just like, mom life, business life, salad sprinkle life, you're juggling so many things.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
I mean, exercise. I know you're.
That's not my answer.
I'm very big into Pilates. That is like my cult, my third place, as you say. Like I force myself to go and like check out. We're both big live music people. That's a big like de-stress.
Love a good concert. Go to DC or Baltimore for a good show. That's helpful. Check into a nice hotel. I do love a nice hotel.
God, I love a little staycation.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's so rad.
But I drink gin and tonics to de-stress.
Okay,
Yeah.
Or like go for a walk.
I'm more of a Sancerre girl, but yeah.
Cheers.
We drink. I eat a 10 milligram gummy every night.
Okay.
Like
whatever works.
substances, but also, I do try to like, I do find if I take care of my body, then I'm like, I feel Pilates has made me feel so physically strong that it makes me feel mentally stronger.
Hell yeah.
Where I'm
So
like,
agree with that.
I can't believe I can like lift this much or pick up this much. So like if I can train my body to do this, I can train my mind to do anything.
When you feel like a badass in your body, it helps you feel like a badass in life.
100%. Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
These are getting longer as the episode goes on.
Yeah. All right, we're going to play a game. Okay. So it's time for everyone's favorite game. Ready? Called Toss My Salad. All right. So here's how.
Okay, wait. This was this was an idea from Mexico. So
When we
I
were
don't
drunk.
remember. I don't
Great
remember.
ideas.
You're gonna have to remind me. All
right, so
you made up this game.
Toss my salad.
Okay.
Here's what you have to do. I'm putting this between you. All right. So each word, TOSS, blah, blah, we're going to go through all the letters. The first person to hit that, just hit it and then say a salad ingredient that starts with that. Candace is going to be keeping score. All right. You can say like the color of blah, blah. We don't care. It doesn't have to be so specific, but you cannot repeat.
Okay.
All right. So it's time to play. Everybody together. 1, 2, 3.
Toss my salad.
Sort of. Great. All right, ready? So, your first salad ingredient starts with a T.
Tomato.
Great. Next, we've got
Oranges?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
I've had it.
S.
Oh shit. Salt? Nope. That doesn't count.
Salt?
Yeah, you put some
Salad sprinkles?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Another S. Salad sprinkles.
Yes.
We are at M. We did go through all of these so that we know there is something for all of them.
I don't remember what we came up with.
Microgreens.
Great.
That's a good one.
Y.
Yams. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.
S.
Salad sprinkles.
You cannot repeat.
No repeats.
It's worth repeating.
It is. Say it
We have 3
times.
flavors.
I'm trying to think of another one. Salami Italian salad.
Okay.
A.
Apples.
L.
Lettuce.
It took us like 5 minutes to get lettuce, by the way.
A.
Arugula.
Finally. D.
Dates.
All right. As Candace is over there tallying, do you have a winner?
We do.
Who won?
It was close, but Jordan takes
definitely-
the cake.
Okay.
Jordan.
All right. What was the score?
5-6.
5 to 6.
okay.
Congratulations.
How many letters there were?
Thank you for a successful first time game of Toss
Yeah,
My
we-
Salad.
yeah.
Repeat.
Well, we made it up specially for you guys.
We did. It's a special game.
It's a special game just
you
for
guys.
you. One-time deal.
Yep.
Special,
Toss my
yeah.
salad.
I love it.
We came up with the name first.
I don't
if
know
you.
what the words you came up with for the alternates.
Should we?
Oh, we
You guys
had
wanna
like
play?
yellow
Yellow
peppers.
I don't even
That's where the color comes in.
Yeah.
Maitake mushroom.
Yeah. Mushroom.
mushroom.
T,
Yeah.
I was gonna say tricolore. That was the first.
I don't remember all of them. Again, we were intoxicated.
Yeah.
Where all of our best
What was the
ideas had-
D? That was a hard one.
You're gonna ask me now? It's a dick salad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Did we
No.
say diced something? That's cheating.
I
We
don't
didn't do
know.
that.
I don't remember.
Dandelion greens.
I don't remember.
That's a good one.
Let's talk just like neighborhood stuff. You live in Brooklyn. You live on the Eastern Shore.
I'm a retired New Yorker, though. So,
Okay. So let's talk like favorite, since we're all food people, and this is a food podcast. Favorite like New York establishments. What do you love? And especially you, because like when you visit, what are like the places you must go?
Ruby Rosa, #1.
Okay, great pizza.
Yep, all day. I'm there for the pasta. I'm there for the Italian 75 cocktail.
Yeah. They're
Love
trying to
it.
get in the CPG game too now.
They are, yes. They've got a good jarred sauce.
They've got it. I always talk about my favorite place in all of Brooklyn. I've moved just back to Brooklyn last year. I was like an Astoria person, and then lived in New Jersey for a little bit, so I kind of bounced around. But so I'm sort of like exploring Brooklyn now.
Okay.
And this place in my neighborhood, Terre. It's like a joke about how many times I go to this place. It is, you know it. Oh my
Candace
God,
is-
Candace.
yes.
It is my.
What?
it
Tell
is-
us about it.
Yeah.
Never even.
It is an experience. First of all, it is the most beautiful restaurant.
Add
They have
it to the list.
They have
Yeah.
this gorgeous back patio area. This handsome Italian man owns it. Who
Hello.
Yeah.
I thought he was in love with me. It turns out he's just Italian, and
It can be hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
yeah, and he wasn't wearing a ring. It was very confusing, but it's all fresh pasta, all natural wine. They do, and his grandma is like a winemaker in Italy, so he like has her wine.
Can we go there today?
Everything
Except
on the
for going to
menu.
Peter Luger.
I
Okay,
know.
tomorrow?
I mean, yeah. They're open 7 days a week. Everything on the menu is imported from Italy that's dry. And they make the pasta fresh there. And it's one of those, it's a Buon Riccardo restaurant. Do you know about this?
No.
So a Buon Riccardo is a tradition of like each restaurant has like a 3-course meal that's like of that place. And if you order the 3-course meal, you get this special hand-painted plate painted by this guy. And it's the only Buon Riccardo restaurant in the United States.
What?
And people travel all over the world to collect these hand-painted plates
Oh
from the
my
Buon
God.
Okay,
Riccardo
that's
restaurant.
a Google rabbit hole for
Yes.
later.
Everyone loves a Google rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's how I discovered all of this. But it is so good. And their Buon Riccardo is the cold rabbit appetizer.
Okay.
They make like a really good, just like boar bolognese. And then like their dessert. And it's lovely. And so I go there a lot. But it's really, Brooklyn is... Like, I barely leave Park Slope, Fort Greene, Carroll Gardens to eat nowadays because there's so many good stuff over there.
Yeah. I just read an article in the New York Times about how people aren't leaving their neighborhoods anymore because they don't have to. Like, we're on the Lower East Side.
Why would you
You
go eat
really
anywhere
have to
else?
drag
Yeah.
us away.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's also like the best food neighborhood. in all
Well,
of New York,
yeah.
you know.
What else? What else? What else do you have that you're like, I have to?
I love Tabata, which is a hole-in-the-wall ramen place on like 41st and 9th.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And it is
Kitchen?
the best ramen that I've had in New York City. Yes.
They're like-
They have a sutamino ramen. I get it with tofu, and it's unbelievable.
We went to
Great.
one of our favorite meals together recently. We went to Oxomoco in Greenpoint.
Yep.
Yes, the tuna.
Memorable meal. It was like one of those meals I want to like describe to people. Like, you know.
And that room is beautiful. Like all the plants.
Yeah, it was
and-
gorgeous.
yeah.
yeah.
Great spot.
Yeah.
Well, what about Maryland? Tell us.
Okay, so I did go to this place called Ruse, and it's at this beautiful hotel called Wild Set, and there's like these different houses throughout St. Michael's that are part of this hotel, and they're outfitted with parachute home, you know, so it's very nice. It's definitely the coolest, most modern place in the area, and they have great food. They've got good oysters, of course, and then I had the blue crab cacio e pepe, which
That
was
sounds
fantastic.
I'm gonna
so
make
good.
Yeah. Why was that never
It was
occurred
so
to
good,
me?
Slide off
and it was
over
honestly
here.
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
is
man.
it possible to have too much crab? Because they were teetering. Like,
Yeah.
there was so much crab meat in it. It was fantastic. And then, do Rise Up Coffee? Are you familiar with them yet?
No.
Okay, so they started on the Eastern Shore, and now they've got places in Annapolis and then probably like up, you know, towards Baltimore. They've got coffee shops all over, and their coffee is great. But they have opened a couple of restaurants in Easton, and it's called the Rude Food Company.
Okay.
And they have a place called Rude Burger that has an excellent burger. There are very few great places to eat. There's just like a handful in Easton. So they've got an awesome burger, great fries, like a bourbon slushy, and it's nicely decorated. And it's like,
fun.
yeah, it's really cool. And then they have a place called La Bodega. That is a Mexican spot, and I have been tanked there so many times. Yeah,
Like, there's that drunk girl again.
I know. They're like, oh, gosh, she's back. Here comes trouble. Like, they literally say that. But it is just, it's got excellent tacos, and they have these empanadas that they make with like the full hard-boiled egg inside.
Like actual good Mexican in
Yes.
Maryland, huh?
Yes. These people like to eat, you know, and I like a restaurant that is put together by people who like to eat.
Absolutely.
Because you'd be surprised. Like sometimes you're eating food and you're like,
Oh,
Did they even
I'm not
taste
you
this?
would not eat this sandwich.
Like your room looks real cool, but
Especially when I go home, no offense, but
Yeah.
like sometimes I'm just like, wow, this is
hard.
what you're serving people.
You're just so spoiled after living here too.
Yeah, and like
it's hard.
New York and Los
not to be
Angeles.
expectations
pretentious about
have been-
it, but I'm like, in New York, there's this place.
And I'm pretentious about the Mexican food because I'm like, well, in California,
LA, yeah.
in LA.
I know. On the crab note with Marilyn, though, I will never forget the like drunk video message I sent her after I met you, and I was like, I just had this crab dip, and she's from Annapolis, and like, holy shit, you gotta meet Lala. Like, follow her on Instagram right now. She's so cool. I was like having such a girl crush on you.
came
after
to my shout out Pisces Supper Club.
Pisces Supper Club.
I throw dinners, and yeah, it was a seafood extravaganza,
Yeah.
a shellfish celebration.
Oh,
You're-
.com.
Yeah.
.com that.
They were like, I'm getting back to my Maryland roots, and I was like, oh my god, she's from Maryland.
Maryland's
Yes,
just
I
the most
think.
random state.
Yeah.
I feel like you tell people you're from Maryland and they're like, oh, right. Yeah.
It's
that's
sort
a
of like
place.
one step above Delaware.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
oh,
like this weird
okay.
shape. Like they just like nobody really wanted this
Right.
area
It
like
is.
between Pennsylvania and Virginia and
People always ask, where is that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
4 hours south of New York City.
Just
like
south
that's-
of
I
New
just-
York.
Yeah.
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 Where
Judith
is that?
is Maryland, but like more toward DC.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
grew up in Prince George's County.
Yeah.
Okay.
PG County.
PG County.
Amazing. All right, so we've shown some love. We've said some positive things. Now
go.
we get to
Now we
My
can
favorite.
let it out.
Yes.
Let it
we
out.
get to let it out. We get to stand on our hill. Everyone's favorite segment. And look, I know we now have the budget for this.
Batteries were not included.
Yeah.
We did have to buy those today. That set me back $4.04.
Tax deductible.
So can you guys do an air horn? What you got? Great, we got it. Everyone's favorite segment. It's called I Don't Fuck With That. Actually, our friend Frankie gave us this, so we didn't even have to pay for it. Thanks, Frankie.
It's a gift to the pod.
She's a great gift giver. All right, who wants to go first? Who's really upset with something? We always are.
I know. There's always things to be pissed off about, especially.
All right,
In
so
these
I'll go
times.
first.
Yeah, in these times.
No. All right, so I'm not like a huge drinker. I don't drink like a lot of drinks when I go out, but I feel
That's not true.
you know what I mean. It's not like I'm gonna go out and have like 7 drinks.
Okay, 6. I'm just kidding.
I have like 6.5 drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, shut up.
Okay.
But I feel that vessels for the beverages are getting smaller and the prices are not. So you're getting these adorable
Very
little
cute.
cups. They're so
Very cute, Nick and Nora's, very cute
They-
coops.
and they've got a little like thing in it and I'm putting it in there on the little saucer. But it's like half of a cocktail. And I didn't order half of a cocktail. I ordered a cocktail. If this is $20, don't give me half a shot and like a strawberry.
You're paying for artisanal ice, actually.
And that artisanal
Thanks, Todd.
beverage holder.
Anyway, I mean, it's cute, but
I feel you. I feel it. I feel like cocktails these days.
and then I'm like,
are
oh well,
three
now
sippers.
I'm just tossing this back like it's nothing, and I'm ordering
$23.
7 cocktails,
Which is why I'm
instead
excited
of
we are
6.
going to Peter Luger because solid martini glass.
Okay.
It's not like the little 3-sip martini. It's like, which, teeny teenies have their place. But
Absolutely.
No, Peter Luger, I want a full-size fucking martini.
Yes.
The size of my head.
Dirty?
Oh,
I am not a dirty girl.
I am
Okay.
a super dirty.
She's super extra dirt. I'm 50-50. Gin. She's vodka.
Okay.
Gin all the way.
Yes.
Yeah. I like a little vermouth. I like a twist.
I love that.
She likes her olives.
I like it dirty.
Oh, actually, she likes.
I also
Gibson.
like a Gibson. If you've got onions, put them in there.
We like food in our drink.
Someone told
Yeah.
us yesterday when we were like, "Oh, any allergies?" Because we have one SKU has sesame in it, so I like to ask. And she goes, "Onion." I'm like, "You just don't like that."
Yeah, no.
Like,
Yeah,
that's not, is that really an allergy?
Can you
just
be
don't like
allergic
it.
to onions
love
and only
onions.
onions? Like I feel like maybe that
You're
would
gonna,
be
I feel bad for saying this. Now you're gonna get all these comments on your TikTok. Like, actually, okay.
Actually, it's a valid
You
dietary.
didn't consult the onion allergic community.
We don't need
Offend
those
them.
people against us.
I know.
Who's next?
You know what I don't fuck with is 90-minute seatings.
Oh,
I understand it. As an entrepreneur, I have compassion for how hard it is to find a margin. And I know in New York, you got to flip the tables, you got to be quick.
Yep.
2 hours minimum. My friends and I, my group of girlfriends, we have a Saturday supper club.
Cute.
Where we go
Do
to
you have
like
a name?
different brazen bitches.
Oh.
Brazen bitches. And so we go to different places. Sometimes it's based on like, oh, we all want to try this new place, or other times it's like, oh, we're going to a show, let's find something nearby. And we ended up going to, I don't want to name them because I don't want to,
Yeah.
Well, that's not what it's about.
that's not what it's about. But it was the strictest 90-minute seating. But here's the thing that pisses me off. I like to have at least 2 drinks when I go out to eat, you know? So I ordered my second glass of wine. The service was so slow that it was like
see,
an hour
fuck
into
that.
the meal when I got to order the second glass. It came 15 minutes before our seating was up. And then
feels
they
like a
come
trap.
over. We still have food in front of us. And they're like, okay, so actually we have to like offer up this table. And I'm
so
like,
you have to shove all of this in your mouth
Yeah.
real quick?
yeah. And I look at her and I said, but I just got a new drink. She goes, finish it.
Oh, you're telling us who this was after. 'cause
After.
I need
Oh
to
my
know.
fuck with that.
I don't fuck with that either. I don't fuck with her.
I do not fuck with that. And that's also, it's like, I hate to feel rushed. Like my friends it's the one time we all hang out every week. My one friend, it's her one night away from her kids. Like just give us 2 hours together.
Also, if you are looking at this and you're realizing that it half or part of the reason is because your staff and their pacing of the situation, they should be clued in. 90 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's get your drinks right away. 10
Yeah.
minutes, then apps, then because all of this takes time.
Yeah.
And that's 90 minutes is like
you got to be well orchestrated to make 90 minutes work with a
we
drink and
got
an appetizer.
so rushed out of a restaurant. We were there for like 52 minutes.
It was really
I
crazy.
was
but
livid.
but the service was like real fast. It
Oh,
wasn't like at
it was
the we're
appalling. They were
It's
just
less
like
of an event, though. You know, might as well go to
It's
Shake
so
Shack.
expensive now to go out to eat. I want it to be a nice experience.
Yeah,
Like if I'm going to drop $150 on dinner.
it's not just a meal, it's an event for you and
Yeah.
your friends.
Yeah.
What
Or
else are we gonna do?
seriously,
else
we
is-
have
yeah.
nothing
We have other
else
hobbies.
right now. The world is ending.
I want a nice long meal.
Yes.
What do you not fuck with?
I do not fuck with bright lighting in restaurants.
Ah.
Candace, we're
I
talking
will
about
walk
this.
in and I will turn right back
Right?
out if the lights are not down. If I'm there for like an early dinner, if it's like okay, it's
so
6:30 and then it's
distracting.
getting dark and they haven't turned the lights down, I will be that bitch. I'll be like, "Hi, I'm so
Excuse me,
sorry.
minute."
Can you turn the lights down, please? You know, because this is a candle body, okay? Like we need to look good. We need
Everyone
good
looks
lighting.
good in the candle.
Oh my God, have you
Just
been to
saying.
Peasant?
I have not.
West Village, candles everywhere.
I want it to
Candelabras
be so
dripping
dark, I
candles.
can't see.
It is so beautiful.
You need
and
your
romantic.
flashlight on your phone
Yes.
for the menu.
Love a candle. Oh my God, so good.
And it's like you see the sigh of relief too when they lower the lights. Everybody in the
people
restaurant
know.
goes,
Yeah.
Like we all want that.
Yeah.
Relaxed. They
No one
came
wants
for my
overhead lighting.
incandescent light bulbs. Like, don't come for my dimly lit restaurants. Like, it's gotta.
I'm so in
be
agreement
dim.
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the
it's
vibe.
like bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Bad planning. Like, hello, what are you doing?
I will be like physically unsettled if it's too bright. My whole
Yeah.
house is like I do the dimmer switches and it's like just
Same,
a
I
little
never
bit.
turn
And I'm
my
like,
overheads.
No, just a tiny bit. I'm always like doing
And
the
I'm
lighting.
like, click it. Nope, too much.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
There's a sweet spot in there.
Yes.
I don't fuck with when a menu says like or drink like 8 ingredients. It's got elderflower. It's got this. It's got that. It's got notes of this. And then you get the dish or the drink and you taste none of them. You
Yeah.
cannot pinpoint any of those things. I'm like, why? Why are you taking the time to put all of these ingredients when I can't get notes of any of them? It's
too many.
It becomes muddled. It becomes too many things.
And sometimes you don't know what the dish is. Like when it comes, you're like, oh, actually, this is just
Mostly this.
the second thing. The second, right?
You're like, where are
Listed
all the
item.
other things?
Right.
Like, don't even write it if you can't
No.
find them.
And it seems like they're putting in like buzzwords for
Yes.
something too, where it's just like Mad Libs of like adding in like cilantro, this, like, you know, and you can't taste any of it.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
And you can tell when something's not balanced right. Those chips we were talking about earlier, those pasta chips. I was like, this is when you know a chef has made a product right, is when it's like layers. Like, okay, I have the first bite. Oh, I'm tasting this. Oh, there comes the Aleppo pepper. Like,
It's a journey.
So we're talking about a chip called Tontos, pasta
Tontos.
chips. Joe Sasto, you said you're coming on the pod. I'm holding you to that.
We brought them to share today.
I love it.
It's been my meal for the last 24 hours,
I
basically.
love that you brought those.
We brought. Well, I just needed you to try them.
yes.
At midnight, I was like, "We're bringing these tomorrow." I was like shoving them in my mouth last night.
I love it. Are you guys ready for a quick fire round?
Yeah.
To close it out?
Let's hear it.
Is there anybody else, real quick, you want to show love to? Anybody in the biz,
Oh,
in
with,
any
like-
capacity,
With
while
like
you have this?
CPG stuff. I mean, it's hard to say because there's.
Tell people at home what
honestly,
CPG means.
CPG, I know. It's
We've
like
said it
so
a lot of
funny.
times.
It's a word that I had not known what it was last year, and I say it more times a day. It's consumer packaged goods,
There
which
you
is
go.
like the general term for, any kind of like packaged grocery product. Honestly, shout out to the person who connected us, Lizzie.
Lizzie Corey,
Who-
shout out.
She has been like, I heard her on a podcast, ironically, and reached out to my friend who had the podcast and was like, oh my gosh, can I meet her? Like, she sounds so useful, and her whole journey of finding a co-man and everything. She's been such a good like consultant and sort of like helping me figure things out and just encouraging. She put us on the menu at Jean's last Monday. And
Oh, I saw that. You guys collabed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's just like so supportive and always trying to find ways. And when we've gone to other CPG events, these people are so competitive where it's like so, and I don't blame them. I think it's the industry puts a scarcity mindset in people that they feel
We
like
gotta
they
stop with that. There's room for everyone.
there's this pie is there's enough for everybody to go around, and Lizzie has never been that way. Like, she's always like, how can I elevate you, how can I do this? And it's just been really awesome meeting other people like that, because we've seen both sides of it at this point, and
and we met at a collab that Lizzie and I were doing.
Losers and Pisces.
And Pisces,
Shout out
yes.
Losers Dinner
Shout
Club
out
and shout out
Losers.
Pisces. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's been really nice. The people who are good are like amazing. Like, it's really it makes up for all the Todds.
No shade to Todd, but
Yeah.
all the Todds of the world. Good Lord. And then also maybe like Ben from Molly Stones.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Ben is a buyer for Molly Stones out in California, and he just like out of the goodness of his heart would like sit with us for an hour or 90 minutes and just like talk us through what it's going to take to get our brand into retail and what we should consider. And he gave us real feedback about the product too. He's like, oh, well, I'm tasting a little bitterness in this. Whereas everyone else is like, yeah, this is great. We love it. You girls are
Yeah.
amazing. I'm like, thank you, but that's not
But-
helpful. Like, I want to know. I want real feedback. And he was just giving us such specific details about case sizes and barcodes and like
Yeah.
stuff we
All
would
the
never
shit, yeah.
think about. And now we're going to be in Molly Stones in
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
which is so
Amazing.
lovely.
Yeah.
So rad.
He like actually likes the product enough
Yeah.
to take a risk and bring us in.
But that's just
which
so
means
lovely
the
that
world
he's-
to us, you know.
Yeah, he's taking his own time to help you out. Nobody needs to do that.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, time is money. So
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
And then we got the trash guy. I mean, how important is this? Will be my last question before the quick fire. How important is social media right now? Like,
critical.
Essential.
It's also, we talk all the time. This is like the easiest time to have a business because with social media, you can so easily put it out there with Slack tools and Calendly and all these like technology to be able to work remotely and seamlessly. Like, it really is an amazing time to start a business. But the social is, it's critical, and that's how you like find your voice, and and that's how we like show people like, hey, we're fun, we're silly, we're this. We don't take this seriously and make your food more yummy, and that's that. It's like the best way to get your message out there. So,
hell yes.
and it's fun.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, quick. First things that come to your mind.
Okay.
All right? Okay. Favorite salad dressing?
Gotham Green's lemon basil vinaigrette.
Oh, shit.
Every day. Every day.
Gotham Greens vegan Caesar. We're big Gotham Greens fans.
Favorite salad ingredient that is not your own?
Quinoa.
Arugula.
Favorite quality about the other person? I love that.
Jordan's ability to just like talk to absolutely anyone about anything.
Solid.
Blakely's ability to be very grounding and like soothing. Like she goes into mom mode for me a lot. Yeah.
Cocktail,
crying, you're
alcoholic
crying.
beverage. That was
That was really sweet.
cocktail,
That was
alcoholic,
fucking real sweet.
cocktail, alcoholic beverage of choice.
Sancerre.
Kind of
Hendrix and tonic with a cucumber.
A cucumber.
your hype song get you going. What really does it for you?
Ooh, it changes. Right now, mine's Diva by Beyonce.
Okay.
Hung Up by Madonna.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a big
Great
Madonna
one.
fan. Like a huge.
We started a
yeah.
hype playlist in case you guys want us to send it to you. It'll really do it for you.
We have a Madonna Slack channel where we discuss.
Amazing. I hate to use this word because it's not guilty, but guilty pleasure.
Noodles with butter.
Oh, you made it for the kids though, and you're just gonna have a bite.
Just gonna inhale this over the sink.
You know, they're not gonna finish the whole thing.
I'm like, are you done with that?
Yeah. I don't feel guilty about it, but reality television.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Current song that's on repeat.
The Spotify Workday Lounge playlist.
Is it good?
Oh, it's great.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, I do have a better one. Wilderness of Mirrors by the Black Angels. Yes, I'm a psychedelic rock shoegaze girl, and I put that song on all the time.
Okay.
Yes. I have been forcing myself to have serotonin through pop music lately. That's
Yeah.
like my, you know,
Love
and
Kylie.
I'm still
Girl, the amount of
bumping
times
that-
I've listened to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter is
I am still
unhealthy.
bumping 365 by Charlie XCX. I am just
Great.
I'm keeping it going. Yeah.
love it. What are you streaming? What are you watching?
Real Housewives. Salt Lake City
Candace,
specifically.
biggest fan over there.
Greatest. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah.
I watch 30 Rock over and over again because
It's a
goes
comfort
to
watch.
I go to sleep listening to it like it's my
Liz
pod.
Lemon.
I woke up
My
at 4 in the
lullaby.
morning and heard it this morning.
Yes, Jenna Maroney is my lullaby.
Oh, I love it.
What would be your last meal on Earth?
Moule frite and a glass of Sancerre.
Spaghetti pomodoro from the Bowery Hotel room service menu.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
a secret item.
Oh.
And the best thing you have put in your mouth lately?
First thing that comes to mind. Trying to think. So many things I eat.
I'm gonna have to say that cacio e pepe tanto.
Oh,
was
Joe
yesterday.
Sasso.
That was really, really good.
The boar bolognese that I had on Thursday.
Ooh, boar bolognese from
Yeah.
The Terry.
Oh, from Terry. Shouting out
I was paying.
Terry.
I'm stored
the
it.
Terry,
I stored
the boar
it.
bolognese it's good. Yeah.
Oh my God, we've learned so much about
Yeah.
places. That's we added to
super
the list. We're
excited.
going. You guys, thank you.
Thank you so much. Here, before we leave, we brought you a little treat today.
We love treats.
We love
What you
treats.
got? Also, I love that you
guys.
guys rolled up this morning, and I was like, "Do you think they're going to drink this hard kombucha?" And you both like busted out a bottle of champagne.
We're already
Yes.
drinking
Love it.
champagne. Oh wait, those are our hats. Don't give them those. We got a.
Oh, do we get hats?
We got a
Oh my
hat.
God. Thank you. Does this fit child size?
Yeah.
head?
Yeah.
Zinsky has a tiny
It's
hat.
it's
the smallest
adjustable.
Put them on like you've said yes to our recruiting for the basketball team.
Yes, exactly. Welcome.
We're all on the
you.
team.
Yes.
Yay!
And then we
Look at
brought
us.
you salad sprinkles for
fuck
each
yeah.
of you.
Oh my God!
We have them all.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that's so exciting.
Tell the people at home where they can buy your product, where they can find you, socials, all that.
We're at Eat Salad Sprinkles on TikTok and Instagram.
And eatsaladsprinkles.com.
We're in New York City.
eatsaladsprinkles.com.
We're available in Pop-Up Grocer and Eli's Market. And we're averaging one new retailer a week. So there's a little map on our website you can find. And
Yep, we're in North Carolina, Florida, California.
I love it.
Savannah, we got our first Savannah
Savannah.
store. That was fun.
Ooh.
I mean, your label's so cute.
Thank you so much.
I love it so much.
I'm like a sucker for this was like the most transferable thing as a book designer. I'm like obsessed with materials like foil paper and effects. So we went all out and we're like no expenses. This is what we want to do.
So excited to make a salad and put your salad sprinkles in my salad.
Do a heavy pour. We love a heavy
Yes.
pour.
Okay,
Yes,
oh, I'm
yes.
gonna do it.
Wine and salad sprinkles. Heavy pour.
Amazing. So go buy their salad sprinkles, buy their merch. Hell, buy our merch too. Put it in my mouth. Pod.
Yeah, she's all
Great
merch all
sweatshirt.
day.
Put it in my mouth. It's a collab. Put it in my mouth. Pod on all socials.
What
blah,
would be your flavor? Last question for you. If you had to do your own salad sprinkles, put it in my mouth collab, what would be your flavor?
Oh my God. Well, How about like some sort of zesty citrus situation?
Yes, I
we
was just
like
fucking
that.
with a lemon idea
Or
yesterday.
a lime, or yeah.
Or like a yuzu? Can we? Sorry, I just got back from Japan. I don't know if you guys know this.
know if you yuzu is. Oh, we love that.
Parmesan,
What would you do?
Are we doing like a parmesan?
cheese. She's going
Garlic,
cheese.
yeah.
Go more umami.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a mushroom
Yeah.
umami situation could also be good.
Good to know.
Okay.
You have so many
Future
options.
collab. I know.
Yes.
Sky's the limit.
Future collab.
Yeah.
I love
Manifesting.
Now I'm going to be thinking about it. Crunch taste.
We'll be sending out a survey.
Hell, if you have ideas, send
Yep,
them to
send
us,
them in.
everyone.
Send them in. We'll pass them along.
All right, we're going to continue drinking,
Yes.
and we're going to go to State Club tonight and
I'm so excited.
have dinner at Peter Luger, and this is going to be
Maybe we
amazing.
can bring the Salzburg and put it on the salad.
add this
Oh,
to your
just not our
salad?
own.
There's not enough
that.
texture.
Yeah. I'm sure the salad's boring.
Thank you guys for joining us, for watching, for being
For
here.
being here. Thank you guys so much.
So glad we made this happen while you were in town. Go forth and put that shit in your mouth. That's all I have to say. Until next time, I'm Lala,
I'm Judith.
and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
What is I like it? What I like it. I like it.
Put It In My Mouth podcast is recorded at Podstream Studios and produced by Candace Fox and myself, Lala Zimski. You can find us on all social platforms at Put It In My Mouth Pod. Our theme music was composed by Javier Dunn, and our intro and outro segments were created by Tyler Milliron. Our editor is Saeem Asif. Do you enjoy listening? Well, we would love to take your money, so please consider sponsoring an episode or helping us out with as little as $5 a month through our Patreon. Your contributions help us continue to create episodes we love so much. Thank you.